You're watching FanDuel Sports Network, the home of the Blues and Cardinals.
Cardinals baseball on FanDuel Sports Network is presented by Rally House, your city, your house. Rally House. No, we're not in Nome, Alaska. It feels like it, though. It is cold. It is frosty in Pittsburgh as the Cardinals and Pirates meet in Game 2 of our 3-game series from frigid PNC Park. Hi again, everybody. Chip and Brad. A warm welcome to you. Jim Hayes coming along in just a moment. It is awfully cold. It's going to be a very interesting night tonight.
Yeah, look, it has got a chance to, but the Cardinals need to keep heating up with their offense. They've been swinging the bats well, came up a little bit short. They're looking for that first road victory of the season. Hopefully that happens tonight.
How do you do that against two fireballers? Let's start with Sonny Gray. I would imagine, Brad, this is a great night to pitch. It can't be comfortable for any of the hitters.
Look, if you can get warm and if you've got a grip on the ball, you are going to be good to go. Look at the whiff percentage this season for Sonny Gray with everything. The sweeper, that's his bread and butter. Tons of strikeouts with that, with the curve, the four-seam, the cutter, and the sinker, all effective.
And for a Cardinals team that is dead last in swing and miss, Sonny Gray has been elite. Only one guy has had a higher whip percentage.
Well, it's huge, and especially on a night like tonight, right? The defender is going to be hard to move. It's going to be a difficult one. If you can get some swing and miss, you've got one of the best in the game in Sonny Gray.
And on the other side of the coin, Paul Skeens, Rookie of the Year in the National League. This guy's got 7 terrific pitches, and he's waiting to unfurl an 8th one.
Never heard of him. I don't know. Look, Paul Skeens is amazing. You look what he was able to do last year. This was against the Cardinals, and he was solid, but he has not beaten the Cardinals. Cardinals actually gave him his first ever professional loss. Happened here at PNC Park, but boy, he does it with a lot of different pitches.
And let's break them down. That's our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Look at the velocity differences on the 7 pitches he's featured.
Well, he can pitch officially with the four-seam and sinker. He'd be fine. Those are running up near 100 miles an hour. He's got that splitter. He calls it a splinker. The thing is nasty. The changeup, the slider, the sweeper, the curveball, and as you mentioned, he's got a cutter. He's kept it in his back pocket so far.
Well, the Cardinals have had their number against Paul Skeens. They've beaten him twice. They'd love to do it again tonight, and they've been doing it of late with excellent offense up the middle. Brendan Donovan, Mason Wynn are heating up. Hope that continues on a cold night in Pittsburgh, and we will continue after a quick break.
Girls' night.
It's baseball in Pittsburgh. Game 2 on a cold night here at beautiful PNC Park. The Redbirds look for their first road win of the season against Paul Skeens tonight. Partner, one streak offensively came to an end last night. No double-digit hits for the Redbirds, but one continues. They've scored 4 or more runs in every game so far.
Yeah, you love seeing that. Look, this offense has stepped up in a big way, and different individuals have been doing so. Mason Wynn, one of those guys. Slow start for Mason, but he's really got it going as of late.
Yeah, his last 19 plate appearances, he looks more like he did last season for the Cardinals, and he's fitting right in offensively. That's our key player profile.
He certainly is. Look, 0 for 20 is not exactly how Mason Wynn wanted to start it, but starting to hit the ball back up the middle a little bit more, starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, and got his first home run of the season last night.
Why is the Cardinal offense flying high? Well, they're not striking out, and that's certainly the game plan for Brendan Donovan.
Donnie is seeing the ball well. We talked to him earlier. He said he made some adjustments. Boy, are they paying off. And you look at this lowest swing and miss percentage in the zone. You throw it there, he's not going to miss it. Only Luis Ariz and Nico Horner miss less in the zone. He is barreling up the baseball, seeing it well right now.
Well, the Cardinals offense has been red hot. They're facing Paul Skeens. They'll try to beat him for a 3rd time and split the first 2 games of the series behind Sonny Gray, who's been dealing as well for the Cardinals. It's a cold night. It's a marquee matchup. Redbirds and Buccos. First pitch from PNC Park is coming right up.
Plaza Tire Service has the area's biggest selection of...
You buy Budweiser, this Bud's for you. By Central Bank, the hometown bank of the Cardinals. Visit cardinalschecking.com. And by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the St. Louis area. Find yours at your Mid-America Chevy dealer. The great philosopher Shrek once said about ogres that they have many layers. So does my partner Brad Thompson tonight in Pittsburgh on this very chilly Game 2 night.
Could I be wearing any more clothes? I mean, there's a lot going on here. It's chilly. It says 38. I say, I don't know about that. A little bit chilly. Going to be a tough one out on the field. Everybody's going to have to do what they can to stay warm. But you know what? This is one of those, look, physically you're cold. Mentally, guys are going to have to be dialed in.
Neither team took batting practice on the field to try to keep them out of this oppressively cold weather. Surprisingly, this game was not moved up. There are several other baseball sites where they move night games to day games to try to alleviate the frigid temperatures, but you play them when they schedule them. What is the challenge for both the Cardinals and Pirates on this night this early in the season?
Constant movement, right? You're going to have to continue to move around. Guys that are in the dugout have the ability to go up to the clubhouse, warm up a little bit. They've got heaters. Guys in the bullpen, that's where it's a real struggle because there is no getting away here in Pittsburgh. Bullpen's out in left center. It's a long, long walk back to the bullpen. And for the pitchers, it's going to be getting a grip on the baseball. Figure out some way to keep your hand warm enough to be able to get that grip, because once the pitchers do get that grip, they've got an opportunity to be in charge. Nobody's going to want to hit a fastball on the inner half. That'll probably sting the hands a little bit.
Well, on a cold night, we are going to see plenty of heat from tonight's starting pitchers. This is an excellent matchup. It's the Cardinals' Sonny Gray against the Pirates' Paul Skeens. And Brad, a different look atop the Cardinals starting lineup. Lars Nootbaar gets the night off. Victor Scott II will lead off for just the 7th time. He's only had 6 plate appearances in the #1 spot. He gets the opening assignment against Skeens.
Yeah, look, it could be danger right off the bat as far as the wheels go. Victor Scott II is in there leading things off. Nolan Arenado back in there after having the day off yesterday. He was dealing with some general illness, but he is back in the mix. And look, you know it's going to be tough sledding against Paul Skeens. You know he's one of the best competitors out there. Just take a look at his numbers over the first 2 starts. But I think the Cardinals have done such a good job of having a simplistic approach, going to be able to use that one against Paul Skeens.
23 strikeouts in 20 2/3 innings against the Cardinals. Only 3 earned runs, but the Cardinals handed him 2 of his 3 losses in his rookie season. And it's really anybody's guess as to what he will throw at any count.
Yeah, predominantly that 4-seam sinker, right? He mixes up his fastballs very well, but all of his other pitches play well off of it. So especially early on, if I'm a Cardinals hitter, I'm thinking about jumping a fastball at the top of the zone. He likes to ride it up there, but look, heat on the hands is going to be very effective.
The Pirates start play tonight at 4-7 on the year. They've had issues defensively. Your Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers lineup for the Pirates. O'Neal Cruz making the transition from shortstop to center has made 3 errors. Andy Rodriguez 3 errors. He's got the start behind the plate. Tommy Pham left to right in the outfield. Emmanuel Valdez gets the start over at first base. So we'll see what happens for the Cardinals. 4 more runs in every game played this year. They finished 1 hit shy of 10, which would have tied a major league record for the most number of 10-hit games in a row to start a big league season. That record still owned by the 1999 Cleveland Indians. But let's start a new streak here tonight against Skeens.
Yeah, the hope is it's a winning streak. Cardinals are looking for their first road win of 2025. Not an easy customer, but like you said, you've beat them a couple times already.
So Skeens ready to go, and his first misses down and in, and we are underway. He's loose. That was nice and easy at 99 miles an hour.
I saw the steam coming off of it.
Victor at 281, a homer and 5 RBIs. He's got 3 multi-hit games to start the year and had a good pass there and has an even count, a ball and a strike. Skeens, the All-Star Game starter for the National League, won the Rookie of the Year, finished 3rd in the Cy Young last season. Truly a brilliant performer and a already cornerstone player for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Well, it's must-see TV. He's one of those guys, and there are a handful of them around the league. If they're pitching, you're going to watch. If you're in a city where they're at, you're buying a ticket. I mean, he's just a very special performer. There's a reason he was taken 1st overall in 2023. There's a reason he made it to the big leagues as fast as he did. The stuff is elite.
2-strike pitch for Victor, and he had a good rip at that.
Well, this is what Victor Scott II has been doing. He's seeing more pitches now. He's fouling stuff off. He's making it tough on the opposition, and he's hitting the fastball well. I've seen a lot of them. He's hitting over 350 against the heater this year.
That's what Skeen's thrown. 4 fastballs, all 99 miles an hour. And let's see if Victor can time one here with nobody on or out. On the ground, slowly hit to second. Frazier's got that. And Victor starts tonight's play with a ground out for out number 1. Skeen's last outing was terrific. It came against Tampa Bay. 7 innings of 1 unearned run baseball. A rarity, though, Brad. They got him over 100 pitches, something that didn't happen much for him in his rookie year.
No, being very careful with him, right? But I think he's built for triple digits. This is a guy that you'll see out there late in games, especially as he continues to progress.
He faces Wilson Contreras, the DH for the Cardinals tonight. Contreras 0 for 4 in the opener yesterday. And didn't get that heater at 99 at the top of the zone. We talked about what it feels like from a hitter's perspective, getting jammed or hitting a ball off the end of the bat. What does the baseball feel like as a pitcher on a cold, dry night like this?
Well, it can feel like a cue ball. Like if the hand ends up getting dry, you got to figure out some way, is that foul ball or that breaking ball's fouled straight back. You got to figure out a way to keep a little bit of moisture. So that's going to your hand, going to your mouth, maybe licking the fingers, being able to see him do it right there. You got to wipe off, but you got to figure out some sort of way to just keep that grip, because once you get to the point where you can't feel the baseball, it's hard to create any spin. And it's actually, especially with a guy like Skeens, incredibly dangerous for the hitter in there if he doesn't have a feel.
2 strikes for Contreras. And Skeens is having trouble. He's throwing so hard that the Velcro isn't working to keep the pitch calm on his belt.
Might be so cold too, right? That's not sticking.
Now the 1-2 pitch, and a breaking ball gets Contreras. First strikeout for Skeens. He has struck out 14 batters so far this year and 2 quick outs.
Sweeper and a good one. The way that he talks about his couple of different breaking balls, he's got a slider that's tighter and a sweeper that's bigger. He calls it the short one and the long one. That was the long one right there.
Brandon Donovan had a big night last night. 3 hits, drove in a run. He's had a super road trip. And he's second in the league in hits behind Kyle Tucker of the Cubs entering play tonight.
That happened quickly, didn't it? That's what happens when on the road you go 10 for your last 15, 667 road trip.
5th in the league in hitting, 375 average for Donovan, who takes an inside corner strike. What wind there is blowing straight out toward the bullpens in Pittsburgh. And Donovan shoots one the other way. Nice pick by Kiner Falefa. High throw to first. And they hold the bag. Valdez with a tippy toe takes care of Donovan. Let's see if the Cardinals challenge this play at first. The call originally out.
Well, it certainly looked like this foot was pulled off the bag. But Ollie Marmol says they're going to roll it.
So Donovan rolls out to short. Skeens a 1-2-3 first. Sonny Gray tries to answer next. Sonny Gray's back on the mound. He makes his 3rd start tonight, Brad. He gave up 5 runs in 6 innings against the Angels last time out. And as you said, a great swing and miss guy on a night where it's going to be uncomfortable to hit.
Yeah, you'd like to see a lot more of that. For Sonny Gray, look at his pitch arsenal. 4-seam sweeper, sinker, cutter, curve, and changeup. Another one of those guys in any given count. You don't know what he's coming with. He can finish you off with any of these different pitches.
Pirates start play tonight, hitting .207 as a team. They put 8 on the Cardinals here last night. Jack Sawinski leads off. Sawinski batting .143 so far on the season. This guy, though, last year had a bunch of big hits against the Cardinals. Hit over 400 against the Redbirds in 2024.
Yeah, it's crazy how that happened, right? Because 2024 was a forgettable one where Sawinski found himself in AAA. 2023, a big year for him. Expectations were in 24 he was going to take those huge strides, be that big power bat in the middle of the order. Just didn't really happen for him a year ago. 23, he hit 26 bombs, 21 doubles.
He's been strikeout prone so far this year, 11 of them already. As Gray turns it loose and misses up and away. 2 balls and a strike.
That changeup misses high. Changeup, as you very well know, it's a field pitch, right? And it's going to be tougher with this this cold, the chill, to have a feel for that one.
Perfect pitch. Sawinski didn't get that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sonny's fastball velo topped out around 92 miles an hour in his last start. Let's see if it creeps up tonight against the Pirates. And that one perfect, 92. So Sawinski strikes out for the 12th time. The rest of the Pirates lineup has Brian Reynolds hitting second, O'Neill Cruz third. Ke'Bryan Hayes is the cleanup man tonight. Tommy Pham, the former Cardinal, is in right field hitting sixth, and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa has been arguably the best Pirates hitter. He's in the number 9 slot. Here's Reynolds, switch hitter, batting 182. He's got 6 career hits against Sonny Gray. A couple of them have left the ballpark. This guy too, Brad, another powerful hitter, 24 bombs last year.
Yeah, 29 doubles to pair with that. There's a reason they locked him up to a multi-year deal. You've seen it all too often for the Pirates. Their stars go elsewhere. I was happy they were able to keep this one.
Good curveball from Sonny, evens the count at a ball and a strike. Reynolds, a 2-time All-Star. He is 2 homers away from 125 in the major leagues. This one lifted toward left. And Victor gives chase. He will not have a play. Here's how the Cardinals line up defensively. That's brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. As I said, Victor starting in left, giving Newt a night off. Michael Ciani gets the center field assignment. Jordan Walker is in right. Burleson, Donovan, Wynn, Arenado, and Pedro Pajes back behind the plate.
Well, you're covering some serious ground in the outfield with Victor Scott II in left and Michael Ciani in center. You know how weird this left field is, too, as it jets out by the bullpen.
1-2 count. Broken bat. That didn't feel good. And Mason with a strike gets his man by a stride for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down, partner. What's your Toyota key to the game?
Well, for Sonny Gray, it is pound it. Pound the zone. Go right after him. Fill it up like we're talking about. It is not going to be comfortable in the box, okay? So go after him, ride that fastball in, and then bury him when you end up getting to 2 strikes.
And as much as the Cardinals' bullpen has been used on the road trip, going deep would be good, too, for Sonny.
No doubt.
O'Neill Cruz, 2 outs, and the base is empty. Cruz, a couple of homers, 5 RBIs. Average isn't where he wants it, but the Pirates are really encouraged, Brad, about his on base. He's been a much more disciplined and patient hitter in the first 2 weeks.
He has. Look, he will still expand, especially when you're able to get ahead of him. But that's part of the evolution of a young hitter, is realizing the strike zone and realizing what other teams are trying to do to you. Good change up there. Nice adjustment. Just misses under the zone.
This is a big man. TV doesn't do him justice. He's 6'7". O'Neill Cruz. Cardinals play him to pull on the infield, and Sonny sprays that one high and away. 2 balls and a strike. Squib to the left side, and luckily that curls foul. Not solidly hit. A changeup, and you can see the discomfort Cruz is experiencing as he slowly makes his way back to the box.
Oh, I got a feeling his hands are ringing. Feels like bee stings after that one's right off the end of the bat.
So Sonny's back even with the bases empty, and Cruz, good patience, earns a full count. Ke'Bryan Hayes is the on-deck batter. And now the 3-2. That center cut, a 91-mile-an-hour sinker. So the duel is on. Sonny Gray and Paul Skeens are scoreless after 1. Nolan Arenado's taking the Pirates righty deep. We'll see if he can do it, leading off the second again. Good to have Nolan Arenado back in the lineup. He was under the weather yesterday, And he's up for the challenge of Paul Skeens and the Pirates tonight in Game 2.
Just riding a 15-game hit streak is Nolan Arenado, ready to jump back in there. That's a nice way to get back into it with one of the best arms in the league.
And 30-degree temperatures to boot. But Arenado has a career homer against Paul. He's got a homer so far this year. And was a touch late there to even the count.
Wow, that thing had some real movement on it, too. You see the swing started and then just tied him up on the inner half. You'd be inclined to go back in there. At the other direction, painted the corner.
Skeens gets a 27% swing and miss rate on all of his pitches combined. Not this time, though. That one launched toward left. Sawinski, though, drifts back. Well hit, but on a cold night, no carry to that. And Arenado seeing the ball well against Skeens is your first out in the second inning as we check in for the first time tonight with Jim Hayes.
Not too many have had success against Paul Skeens. Alec Burleson has 4 for 9 against Skeens coming into tonight. Burleson told me he's got that electric fastball, that splitter deal, and he puts the ball wherever he wants. He's special. But Burley said the main thing for me is to stick to my game plan. If you start giving in, it's going to be a long night. Good advice, Chip.
Driven to the left side. That's out of play for a strike. Well, that's what you love about Alec. He can hit anybody's fastball, and he seldom strikes out. He's a guy that's got great line drive power.
Yeah, he is, and his process of sticking to your game plan is so important, and it's important for everybody. You're trying to hit mistakes. Skeens, while he's got overpowering stuff, he's going to make mistakes too. You got to be able to be ready for him in the moment.
Out of play, foul. Jim, you staying warm down there?
I'm doing my best.
Okay.
You know, I got layers. I intentionally have a little extra body weight, you know, getting ready for this series. So I think I'm going to be okay.
You're well insulated is what you say. Okay, good. That's good to know. That one is tipped and caught. And that's strikeout number 2 for Skeens. 2 up, 2 down here in the second inning. Jordan Walker next.
Well, here comes the hybrid pitch. The splinker, the split finger sinker. This thing's running up there at 94 and then just dives down under the zone.
Jordan Walker has 3 multi-hit games this year and starts play tonight at 294. It's almost unfair when you think of Skeens and his wicked arsenal that he's going to add another pitch. He's got a cutter, too, that he hasn't broken out. How'd you like to be a lefty trying to hit that?
Must be nice to have that weapon. You're just like, I don't even need it yet, but when I do, good luck with it. And he's a student of the game, works incredibly hard, knows his body, knows his mechanics, and knows about shaping pitches, right? So that cutter of his is just another iteration of the slider, and then the sweeper, it's just a smaller one.
Good cut, foul back, a ball and 2 strikes. To your point, Tommy Pham has mentioned to our broadcast crew that Paul Skeens is a guy that every day he is on the mound trying to get better, doing something, except the day after he pitches. This guy is driven to be a great, great major league player, and at his young age, that is really, really exciting to hear.
Yeah, and has a routine, very, very driven to your point. I enjoy watching his pregame routine. I mean, he's got a lot going on, a lot of moving parts, but he knows what he needs to get ready.
That's popped up right side. Valdez gives chase, and that's out of play to a sparse crowd. It's amazing how obvious number 1 starters are when you see them. There aren't that many of them. They don't grow on trees. Skeens, a 1-1 pick, is certainly that guy for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, well, and the hope is for them, and maybe not tonight, he just keeps getting better and better. Yeah. He keeps growing and keeps getting smarter as a pitcher, and hopefully for the game of baseball stays healthy.
Can't place it any better than that, and he strikes out the last 2 Cardinals he sees in the second. He's got 3 in total. No score. It's game 2. The voice is now even clearer. KMOX is on FM at 104.1. Get the news, talk, and Cardinals baseball you love with crystal clear sound. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis, now at 11:20 a.m. and 104.1 FM. Brian Hayes leads off for the Pirates. Sonny Gray's looked sharp. He's struck out 2 of the first 3 and gets a swing and a miss. from the Pirates' third baseman.
Yeah, Sonny's been working the corners right there. Brian Hayes trying to be aggressive early, got one away, pulled off of it. Good spot right there. Just missed with a cutter off the plate. I think that with Brian Hayes, too, there's a lot of room in off the plate. You can get him swinging in there. You can set him up to get him out away.
He's riding a 6-game hit streak and pops that one back foul. And a ball and 2 strikes. Pittsburgh's got terrific pitching. Their offense has not caught up yet. Pirates batting .207 as a team. They've hit 7 homers as a club. That's it. Need to improve on that. That one off the end of the bat and popped towards second. Should be a can of corn for Brendan Donovan. It is. And Brian Hayes is your first out. Let's step aside for a quick word from BJC Healthcare. This is Emmanuel Valdez. He's the first baseman for Pittsburgh. No homers, a couple of RBIs for him. Night like tonight, I love what both these pitchers are doing, Brad. They are throwing strike one a lot.
Well, it's important. We talked about the key to the game for Sonny Gray is pound the zone, right? You want to go right after these guys. In general, you want to be getting ahead. You want to be in control of counts. But when you have the type of stuff that Sonny does and you have the type of stuff that Skeens does, you get ahead and the opposition's in trouble.
That one sharply hit into right field. That's the first hit of the game. Valdez with a solid single. And he's aboard in front of Tommy Pham.
Well, Valdez gets a changeup from Sonny Gray, and honestly, not a bad one. It was down. He just went down and got it. How about a ground ball off the bat of Tommy Pham? That'd be nice.
That would be very nice. Double play would end the inning. Pham 1 for 3 last night. No homers and 2 runs batted in.
You get your ground ball by a fastball away. Tried to go there. Tommy on that pitch, he will reach out and end up hooking around it. That's where you get your little 6-4-3.
Valdez, a good lead at first in a scoreless game. And just a touch high. Yeah, pretty good pitch.
Apparently Ryan Wills behind the plate is warm. Stay here all night.
That's curling out of play, foul. Now it's 1-2 for Tommy Pham. That is Tarek Brock, former Cub, the Pirates' first base coach. Gray is ahead of Tommy Pham here with 1 out and a throw over. Pittsburgh does like to run. They run a lot. When you're not hitting, you sometimes have to force the action. Let's see if they try that. As the night progresses, good lead. And not going. Pham fouls that away.
Now, to your point, this is really one of those nights with a premier pitching pairing that you get on, you almost might want to take a chance because it's that one hit, the stolen base, maybe you sneak another one. I mean, this is going to be a tight game.
That was amazing alliteration, as cold as it is, by the way. That was terrifically done.
I don't even know what you said.
Runner starts then stops. Did Pham go? Nope. He held up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. What do you say? Premier pitching pairing.
Oh, yeah. Give me a few more innings. That's not going to come out as well. Really good.
Yeah, enunciation will be really important on that.
Struggling.
Sonny sets and fires, and that shaves off the outside corner. Perfect pitch. Sinker retires Pham. 3rd strikeout, 2 away.
Like this one a lot. Tommy Pham didn't. This is 92. Brings it back. Tickles the corner to get the strikeout look. And that's his 3rd strikeout. All of them have been looking.
Tell you what, Pajas is so good behind the plate, isn't he? He just gently massages the ball to the corners. Very, very steady behind the plate. As Andy Rodriguez bats, Can't go much farther without saying what a great job that Joel Pozo did in his Cardinals debut last night. I'm sure many of you have read the stories and enjoyed Jim Hayes' chat with him on the pregame show. An amazing story and an amazing start to his Cardinals career yesterday. That one shot on a line to short, and Mason Wynn takes care of Endy Rodriguez. The Pirates get a hit and strand their first runner, and we head to a scoreless third. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your Cardinals gear. Mark Walsh has them all warm on the bench with those good-looking Cardinals jackets tonight.
Think about all the preparation that goes into every road trip, but especially one when you're going to be running into the elements, right? All the extra stuff that you have to bring. These guys never need or want for anything.
First pitch, Pedro Pajes rifles a single to right. That is keeping with what has been a trend this year. If you're a Cardinal catcher, you can hit, and Pajes has the first of the night for the Cardinals.
Well, it comes down to, again, being ready early. This one, the splitter, it's middle, it's up, and Pedro Pajes is ready. And you're right, using that right side quite a bit.
Michael Ciani is the center fielder tonight. He had a hit here last evening. Again, if you're just joining us, Lars Nootbaar has the night off. Ciani in center, Victor Scott the second in left. Ciani shows bunt, lays it down, but foul. No balls and a strike. That's the point we were making earlier. A game like this, as tough as it is to play, you got to try to manufacture runs.
For sure. It's smart, right? And as difficult of a guy like Skeens is to square up, he's not the easiest to bunt in the world either. But Ciani, that is a skill that is certainly in his toolbox.
No bunt that time, pushed him off the plate at 98. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, what that bunt attempt has done, though, again, is draw Brian Hayes even closer at third. He's about 3 steps in on the grass right now, so might be enough to sneak one through him.
No bunt, fouled at the plate. It's 1-2. Ciani, then a resurgent Mason Wynn coming up after a Pajes leadoff single here in the St. Louis third. And a swing and a miss. So Michael can't advance the runner. Skeens has his 4th punch out. So 1 on and 1 man out. There's still time to play FanDuel Fantasy's free daily pick'em. Just answer 1 question a day for your chance at a share of $5,000. It's free, it's daily, and it's your chance to cash in now on FanDuel Fantasy. Well, good to see Mason Wynn getting good results, Brad. After a frigid start, he's gotten very hot.
Yeah, he has, man. 9 for his last 19. Did get his first home run of the young season last night. And you know that Mason's got plenty of pop, but it's good to see him just start feeling and looking more comfortable in the box.
There's a strike, even count. There's the splitter or splinker, if you will. Just a touch low. 2 balls and a strike. This guy is hard to square up, as hard as he throws and as much movement as he gets. In this era of baseball, Brad, hitters talk about finding the barrel, right? Entering play tonight, Skeens had thrown 196 pitches. 1-barreled ball.
Oh, boy. Well, time to change that.
Yep. And Mason Wynn just might have. The Cardinals have their 2nd hit of the inning. Mason Wynn now 10 for his last 20. And St. Louis turns the lineup card over with 2 on and 1 man out.
It went down and got it. This is the splitter again. Both the hits now allowed by Paul Skeens have been on this same pitch. It's not a terrible one, but it's a good job by Mason to be able to pull the hands in.
So Victor Scott, another chance. He bounced out his first time up. Scott, then Contreras, scoreless third inning. Something different about Skeens, too. You and I were talking about this via text this morning. He's lowered his arm angle. What's he trying to accomplish by doing that?
Yeah, interesting. See, he already threw pretty low anyhow. He had an arm angle of 23 degrees, and now it's dropped down 5 degrees to 18. I think that he's chasing a little bit of a run, right? He wants that horizontal movement. We talk about his sweeper. Well, the more you drop it down, the more it ends up coming across. Same thing with his fastball. It just darts in there and has a little bit more ride. So I know this. Paul Skeens isn't going to be doing something for no reason. Again, he knows his body so well, knows his mechanics so well.
Line into right center field. That's going to get down and roll forever. All the way to the wall. 2-run score. Victor around second. Sheds the helmet, thinking about 3. Here comes the throw. It's late. It's a triple, and the Cardinals strike first.
How about Victor Scott the second, jumping on a fastball right there by Paul Skeens. Cardinals able to put it together here in the third. Pages got it going with a single, Win with a single, and then this one, it's elevated, it's on the outer half, and with O'Neal Cruz shaded in that left side of the gap, this one drops down easily for 3.
So the Cardinals have the early lead. It's 2-0. Here's Contreras. The infield comes in for the Pirates. And he chases up and out of the zone. First career triple for Victor Scott II comes against Paul Skeens. See if Contreras can make some contact here. He did, but fouls it straight back. It's 0-2. It's no secret Contreras is really fighting it at the plate. He has struck out 19 times in 40 at-bats, including one tonight. Just not seeing spin real well, we're told. See if he can change that behind in the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Cardinals have done an excellent job of hitting with runners in scoring position, over 300 as a team. They have been cashing in their chances here in the first 10 games. They're 1 for 1 tonight after Victor's triple. And a swing and a miss. Contreras down on strikes. Skeens has 5 of those. So it's up to Brendan Donovan, who's been scorching hot too. The infield can back up to normal depth now, Brad, with 2 outs.
Well, Donnie, love to see him ready early for something up in the zone here. If he gets something, lay a barrel to it.
Donovan, as we told you, 5th in the league in hitting, starting play tonight, a 10-hit road trip. For number 11 right here. And that's scorched out of play. Donovan is our Hyundai in the driver's seat feature. Good work against right-handed pitching for the Cardinals second baseman.
Well, what a job he's done. Highest average, 452 against the right. He's in some pretty good company, handling these pitches well.
Line into left field, a base hit. Donovan brings home the 3rd run, a huge hit with 2 outs. And the Cardinals keep on keeping on, Brad. They are getting him on, getting him over, and baby, they're getting him in.
So this is that simplistic approach we were just talking about, Chip. You see something up, lay the barrel to it. This is that splitter. It's up, it's away, and it's just a compact swing by Donovan, who has been on fire as of late.
So he's in double digits with 10 RBIs. The Cardinals score 3 times against Skeens. They totaled 3 runs against him last year. They have 3 in the 3rd tonight. So here's Arenado, a deep drive to left his first time up. And already 45 pitches for the Pirates right-hander.
You love what you're seeing in this inning. Just taking advantage of some pitches up. You can tell that right now Paul Skeens is fighting himself a little bit out there.
Most runs Skeens has ever given up in the earned run column as a big league pitcher is 4. Cardinals are 1 away from that. And they've scored 4 or more in every game they've played so far this year. So trending in the right direction here in game 2 tonight. 2 balls and a strike. And they'll ring up Arenado at the plate, even count. Arenado, the 7th man to the plate. Two balls, 2 strikes. Down and in. And now Donovan will get a head start with a full count. Pirates don't think Arenado can pull Skeens. He's got 30 acres to play with in left center. He hits a line drive there. He'll run forever. So Donovan takes off with the 3-2 pitch. And it's grounded to the left side. It stays down for Ke'Bryan Hayes. And his peg to first is in time. Great inning for the Cardinals. 3 singles, a triple, and 3 runs. Victor Scott drives home 2 with his first career triple. Donovan an RBI single. Sonny Gray and the Cardinals flying high in game 2. Cardinals offense has heated up against Paul Skeens. They just scored 3 runs. Now Sonny Gray, partner, has a 3-run lead with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up.
Well, how important is it right here for Sonny Gray? Have that quick answer inning, right? You went out there, your offense gave you a few runs to work with. Go right after these guys. Get Skeens back out there as quickly as you can.
This is Adam Frazier batting .200 on the year. No homers. And 4 runs batted in for Frazier. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa and then Jack Sawinski are due. Two balls, no strikes. Frazier's been a long-time tormentor of the Cardinals. He's gotten on base in 17 of his last 18 games played against St. Louis. And this one is inside the bag. Nice diving stop, and Gray to the bag handles a high throw from Burleson. That's out number 1. Not an easy play on either end, but the Cardinals make it with more good defense. There's your first out.
Yeah, really good job there by Burley. You check him out ranging towards the line. This is your Allstate Goods Hands replay. That's a tough one, too, because you're worried about it maybe skipping over the bag. The solid throw, Sonny Gray covering the base.
Good job, too, by Burleson. He almost tripped Lance Barksdale, who was trying to get out of the way as the first base umpire. So a good start to the inning. Here's Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. He's batting .343 on the year and has hits in 9 of the first 11 Pirates games. He's from Hawaii. I'm sure he's ready to say aloha to this bitterly cold weather.
Yeah, it's April. What are we doing? What's going on?
Sonny Gray has a pitch-com adjustment in his cap, it appears. Now he's ready with a 2-strike count.
Now we got it.
The 0-2 is popped into shallow right. Donovan got a great jump and sprints out to make the play over the shoulder. Some more good Cardinal defense in this third inning. 2 up and 2 men down. When we're home Saturday, April 12th, 20,000 fans 16 and older take home a Cardinals pet toy. That's thanks to Purina. Visit cardinals.com/promotions for all the details. It is, we understand, Bark in the Park night here in Pittsburgh. Is that what they call it? Bark in the Park? Or Pets in the Park, something like that? So a few canines have enjoyed the festivities to this point.
Yeah, a little chilly day for a Bark in the Park. We saw all kinds of dogs. We also saw a service dog, one of the bomb sniffers around here, who was very confused as to why all these other dogs were on his turf.
Yes, he was a little out of sorts. Sonny Gray's not, though. He is looking terrific. He's 13-0 when he gets 3 runs of support as a Cardinals starter. He's got that tonight. And St. Louis 17-2 in games he pitches when there's 3 or more runs behind him. So again, trending in an excellent direction tonight. The Cardinals looking for their first road victory of the season. That's fouled again at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, certainly with Sonny Gray, I mean, the right guy in a right spot. Cardinals have been reeling a little bit, obviously, with a 4-game losing streak. They've given up 44 runs and 55 hits during that streak. So it's time for somebody to slam the door.
Towering fly ball to right center. Ciani going back. He's got room shy of the wall, and that will retire the side. Sawinski just missed. Sonny Gray, a shutdown inning, and the Cardinals look to extend the lead in the 4th. One of those things that Alec has going on?
No, I would like one. It'd be tough to do this job probably with that on. Some would prefer it.
I think that's called a balaclava. I think that's what they call those.
I thought it was called a face thingy.
Or a face thingy, yeah. Downstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Balaclava might be the technical term.
You think so?
Yeah, but no, I don't know. Sounds good, though.
It's covering the face very good. Gets the neck, back of the head. I mean, that thing's money.
It's got the Cardinal logo, too. Keep your Adam's apple warm. 1 ball, no strikes. And on the ground, that's a fair ball. Nice pick by Valdez. Skeens to the bag. Beats his man by a step. That was nicely done for your first out. So the Cardinals, a very productive 3rd inning. 3 runs on 4 hits. And now they bring Jordan Walker up, who was called out on an unhittable pitch his first time up.
Right fielder Jordan Walker.
Walker drove in a run last night on a ground out. And tied himself up at 93. That was the split finger pitch.
Yeah, tried to jump one right. I think he saw it up out of the hands. That just kept riding in on him. It's not a terrible idea, though, to try to be aggressive early against Skeens.
Yeah, you don't want to get to 2 strikes if he's got everything working. There's nothing to eliminate, and it's a really tall order.
Yeah, it does make it hard for sure. Now, that being said, Jordan has a way better approach, especially behind in the count right now.
That one popped up into shallow center. O'Neill Cruz, all kinds of room. And Walker's retired, 2 men out. Here's Pajes, who got the rally started with a bullet to right.
Catcher Pedro Pajes.
Well, Pedro, too, he jumped on the first pitch that he saw. We're talking about being aggressive. He got one of those split finger splinkers up in the zone, drove it the other direction. I think for both of these pitchers, that is going to be the most effective pitch of the night. The fastball in.
This one on the ground is short. IKF's got it, plays patty cake, throws high at first, and that costs him a throwing error.
Well, every throw from IKF at short has been dicey. Like, they've been bang, bang over there. He comes over the top, takes a while to gather, and legs it out over at first with that high throw.
10th error for the Pirates, and we were talking earlier, you were saying how the ball might feel like a cue ball for the pitchers. Same's true for the infielders as well.
For sure. I mean, I would assume that most of the guys got like hand warmers in their back pocket or keeping their hands as warm as they can, but when you're not getting tested a lot, it's hard.
He'll take this one to the bag this time. Michael Ciani rolls out to IKF, and the Cardinals are done in the 4th with a 3-run lead. Cardinals baseball on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by Rally House, your city, your house, Rally House, and by your quality Ford dealers, Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. Beautiful drone view of PNC Park, the Allegheny River, the Clementi Bridge in downtown Pittsburgh, and an even better view of Sonny Gray, who's thrown 3 innings, Brad, of 1 hit ball so far.
Yeah, so far so good. He's racked up 3 strikeouts. All of them have been working the corners well. By the way, they still have not given me control of that drone. We'll see. Got another day here to work on that.
2, 3, and 4 on the lineup card for the Buccos here. Reynolds, Cruz, and Ke'Bryan Hayes. The Pirates are trying to build from within, and I mean that both figuratively and literally. They have not signed a free agent to a multi-year contract since 2016 here.
Ivan Nova, 3-year deal.
And so guys like this trio, Reynolds, Cruz, Hayes, are crucially important for the Pirates' present and their future. But Brad, 28 losing seasons in the last 32 years, they just have not been able to turn the corner despite picking so highly in the draft year after year.
No, and they've nailed it on a lot of these picks too, but it is about coming to fruition at this level, and then at the end of the day, you got to hang on to more of your talent, and you do have to go out and sprinkle some big free agents into the mix. It is, every team wants to be homegrown. We talk about that with the Cardinals, and look all over the field. You got guys that were drafted and developed, but you got to be able to go out and add to your ball club. But this place is a lot of fun when the Pirates are playing well, when this house is packed.
That ball crushed to deep right, and Reynolds has the Pirates on the board with a solo home run. The Pirates now have 8 homers as a team. Reynolds has 2 of them, and for Sonny, that's the 4th he's allowed.
Yeah, Chevy pitch track, wanting to go down and away. This sinker ends up right in the nitro zone for the switch hitting Reynolds. As you mentioned, he already had a pair of home runs against Sonny in his past, and gets himself another one.
So it's a 3-1 game now. Here's O'Neal Cruz. He struck out looking to end the first. Oddity for Sonny Gray. Every single run he has allowed this year, Brad, has come as a result of a home run.
Yeah, 8 runs, 4 home runs now. And the home run was an issue in spring training also. Ended up giving up 8 there. It is an oddity with how much swing and miss he has that the mistakes just end up getting popped out of the yard, it seems.
But the old saying, the solo homer shouldn't beat you. He still has a 2-run lead. Nobody out for Cruz and Ke'Bryan Hayes.
It's a great pitch right there. 2-0 change up right at the bottom of the zone. So if you have him in swing mode, all he's going to do is probably roll that over.
Like that. That bounces off the front of the Cardinals dugout foul. A curveball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cruz, a 20-homer man last year. Played 112 games at shortstop, and then midway through the year, late in the year, I should say, they moved him to center field. That's where he'll play every day for the Pirates this season. Again, not an easy transition, although he is used to playing in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he's a great athlete. We know he's got top-end speed. It's going to be about the reads. It's going to be about the first step. And the only way you get better at that, you practice a ton and you get reps.
Hand him off stride, pop to the center of the diamond. Who wants this? It'll be Arenado. And O'Neal Cruz is retired after the homer. 1 in and 1 out as we again check in with Jim Hayes.
Mason Wynn is bundled up pretty well, but he says the cold is a challenge. He said, I had a hand warmer last night in my back pocket, but as soon as your hand comes out, it's numb from the cold. Mason said this is the coldest weather he's ever played in, and he was toying with the idea of rubbing Vaseline all over himself because he heard it keeps you warm. Chip, I don't know if you've ever done that. I have a feeling you might have.
It's a little personal, Jim.
Chip, I can't reach my back.
You're on your own. No chance. No chance.
That works, by the way.
Really?
It closes the pores.
Oh,
It definitely works.
okay.
Get the hammies going at least so you don't tighten up
Well,
with
you
that.
definitely need that then, right?
Tough on laundry day, but
I'd never heard that before.
yeah, no, that's legit.
Interesting. As Brian Hayes behind in the count. Takes a strike, 2-1. Now, I heard Joe Namath used to wear pantyhose to stay warm when he was playing quarterback for the Jets.
That's why I moved around so
But
well.
I never heard of the.
Got to be honest, I hadn't heard the pantyhose quarterback thing.
That was.
I guess, I mean, it was leggings, the athletic leggings
Correct.
before they were out there.
Correct. That's to center. Hayes is retired. And quickly 2 outs after the home run, and Emmanuel Valdez is next. Well, you do what you got to do to stay warm like this, and really you just hope nobody gets hurt. This is really, really difficult to play in.
Oh, you think about it, like you're a fan coming to the game, you're bundling up a ton, and it is not comfortable. Imagine trying to perform. I mean, these guys are performing at the highest level, putting everything they've got into it. So, and you bring up a great point of not getting hurt. You wonder, with the weather, like taking the extra base or stealing a bag, you might be a little bit more reticent to say, might play it safe here, especially early in the season.
Yeah, just a reaction play, right? You make a quick move off a bag and can tweak something when it's as cold as this. So the training staffs, athletic staffs will be hard at work today getting everybody ready and loose, and hopefully they'll stay that way.
So you stay warm right there, some tendies. Chicken tendies, can't go wrong. It's a fact, too. Cold beer gets you warm,
Really?
I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it makes total sense.
Well, maybe we'll find out after the game. The pitch is bounced up there, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was a pretty healthy portion of tendies too, right? Those look like Pittsburgh-sized chicken tenders.
That might have been the family style.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you could buy those. I don't know. Chicken tenders, that's one of my nemesis. Can't say no.
Downstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That baby's all bundled up. They start him young here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, gotta get him out there early to see Paul Skeens.
Sonny Gray rocks on the rubber. Here comes his 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Outside corner. Valdez rung up, and he can't believe it. A Reynolds homer, the first of the game for the Pirates. We go to the 5th. The Cardinals are celebrating a Minecraft movie day at the ballpark Sunday, May 25th. With your theme ticket, fans take home a custom A Minecraft Movie Day Cardinals cap. All the details at cardinals.com/theme. Couple more runs wouldn't hurt. St. Louis leads Paul Skeens and the Pirates. It's a 3-1 game. Here in the 5th inning, Mason Wynn gets things started. Mason singled and scored in his first trip to the plate. He's 10 for his last 20 at the plate. He's spun out a couple of times on that fastball, Brad, where he just can't seem to dial it in consistently.
Yeah, it's almost as if the upper body is just rotating a little bit too early, pulling himself off. That was momentum's going towards the first base side.
The old automatic in for a strike. So now it's full at 96.
I'd expect him to go right back to it at this point. The last thing that you want to do is walk the speedy Mason Wynn in this spot. Be ready to jump a fastball.
Ground ball hit slowly towards second. And Frazier with the peg to first. And there is your first out, your BJC Healthcare difference maker, the Cardinals' third inning. Mason Wynn got it started with a base hit to left. Victor Scott the second, Brad, his first career triple, and the Cardinals weren't finished.
That one drove in a pair right there. What a big swing of the bat by Vic. And then Brendan Donovan, he got in on the action, barreled one the other way. The Cardinals bring around 3 in the third inning. Yeah, that was nice to see, and you are seeing it, to your point, more. Skeens a little frustrated right there on the mound.
First career triple for Victor. 7 RBIs for him. A rare start for Victor Scott in the leadoff spot as Lars Nootbaar has the night off. Victor had a total of 6 at-bats in the number 1 spot as a big leaguer before tonight. So while he pushed the right button with the lineup here in game 2.
Why not try it, right? This is a guy that's been handling the bat very, very well. He's got elite speed. He'll rip some bags for you if he gets on. And then, all of a sudden he'll hit you a triple in the gap against Paul Skeens and give you 2.
Good take, even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Skeens has struck out 5 men. He has yet to walk anyone. That might change. It's 3-2.
Certainly can tell on some of these pitches. Might not be mechanically, could just be that feel that we were talking about. That sweeper that generally rips across his body has been popping out arm side.
Swing and a high fly ball hit to right. Pham going back. He'll leap up at the 375 side. Boy, Victor hit that a long way. He just missed a home run. A deep drive to right field for out number 2.
Well, I just like how he's been trusting his hands. Watch how quick he pulls the trigger on this one. I mean, that's a pitch that's 97 miles an hour, hits it out to the track, just fast getting the barrel to the baseball.
So here's Contreras. He has struck out twice. I get the sense for Wilson, Brad, he is trying to swing himself out of this batting slump. He's been offering early in the count, and it seems like every trip he's 0-2.
Yeah, and you know that if you're the opposition, you start trying to take advantage of that. You start trying to work him off the plate early. Just like that, you see if he'll end up expanding.
So 2 quick strikes, 2 quick outs in the Cardinals' 5th. And look, the injury to Ivan Herrera complicates things for St. Louis. If you think about a Contreras day off, who do you hit second?
Yeah, or if you think about moving him in the lineup, if you put somebody else in there, it's probably going to be a left-handed bat, and then that throws 3 lefties in a row, and it sets up better for the opposition later. So just one of those scenarios where, first of all, you trust in your guy. Contreras has a track record. There's not necessarily a better fit in that spot. And you're managing for the full season, right? You're managing your personalities. And you're saying, look, Wilson, you're our dude. We know you're going to snap out of it.
But it's not to be so far tonight. Skeens strikes him out for the 3rd time and has a 1-2-3 top of a Cardinals 5th. Has lived up to expectations. It's Paul Skeens, it's Sonny Gray, and the Cardinals right-hander has had the best of it. St. Louis leads at 3-1. Both guys, Brad, excellent command. Both guys racking up strikes.
For sure. Look, we've seen some moments of dominance from both of these pitchers. Fortunately, the Cardinals were able to scrape away 3. The solo shot there by Brian Reynolds was the first dent against Sonny Gray, but these guys have been spotting up. Really impressed with the way that Sonny has been working both sides really well, even with this cold weather and as tough as it is to get a grip. He's doing a nice job.
He starts off the Pirates' 5th with Tommy Pham, who struck out his first time. Sonny has struck out 4 Pirates so far in the game.
But to talk about how he's locating so well, all 4 of those Pirate strikeouts have been looking. He's catching them off guard.
Sonny's been efficient, just over 60 pitches as he begins the 5th inning. And that one finds the mark. Boy, that ball really exploded away from Pham. 2-2.
Good depth on that breaking ball.
That one is on the ground to the right side. Burleson, terrific play, and the shovel to first in time. There's out number 1.
That's such a difficult play because of how in between that hop is. That ball bounces almost on the cut of the grass, which you never know how it's going to respond. And Alec Burleson stabs this thing before it ends up in right field. What a play by Burley.
And what a play by the Cardinals defensively. They've made a couple of excellent plays so far tonight, but Brad, that's been a calling card from opening day. They have looked great with the leather. St. Louis just 4 errors as a team in 11 games.
They take a lot of pride in it. We had the opportunity to be around a lot in spring training. You know how much work they put into that. This ball club really was frustrated how defensively they looked in 2023. It was not a great defensive ball club. So really put a focus on that. 2024, they were way, way better. And coming into action now, one of the best defensive clubs in baseball.
Andy Rodriguez got a break and now has a 2-0 count. Rodriguez lined out to short. That ended the Pittsburgh second. And he's had a nice run. He's got an RBI in 2 of the last 3 games for the Pirates. And the 2-1 pitch. In the air to center field, a base hit. That's the 3rd knock for the Pirates. It'll bring the tying run to the plate. And it's Adam Frazier. So 1 on, 1 out, a 2-run Cardinals lead as we enjoy a quick word from Jack in the Box.
My Nashville hot popcorn chicken. So much deliciousness starting at $6.99.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Adam Frazier is 0 for 1 and takes a strike. On the ground to second, might be 2. Long throw, Win with a cannon, and that will retire the side. Sonny Gray is rolling them up and down. He's got a 3-1 lead, and game 2 moves to the 6th inning. Pitchers have been very, very impressive tonight, especially in the command column, Brad. It's really been fun to watch.
Yeah, no free passes on either side, which is pretty amazing with the circumstances of the weather right now. Both have had a lot of swing and miss, but Sonny Gray has been on top as the Cardinals were able to get 3 against Paul Skeens, rattled some hits together. That Victor Scott the second swing of the bat, a big one, and Donnie here added the 3rd driven in.
Well, let's get a couple more, shall we, as Donovan leads off. This is where, Brad, the Cardinals offense has been especially impressive in this era of high leverage and multiple relief appearances by opposing pitching staffs. That hasn't bothered the Cardinal offense. And it doesn't bother Donovan as he whistles one into the right field corner. He's around first on his way to second. Donovan has his 12th hit of the road trip, a stand-up double to start the inning.
Well, again, Donovan gets one up and then snap hooks it down the line. Your Chevy pitch track, it's the splitter. This one just doesn't move. It stays flat, stays on plane, and at 92, able to get to this one and drive it down the line.
The Cardinals have scored 38 runs this year from the 6th inning on in their first 10 games. That'll play.
Well, and you brought up a great point with all of the different arms, all the high-octane relievers that you see late in games. To me, the reason they're doing it is it's part of that simplistic approach. Like they They are taking really good at-bats, just quick to the baseball. It's not like everybody's trying to lift and separate and hit the ball out of the ballpark all the time.
It has been unselfish in so many ways. And I think the man in the batter's box personifies that. Brad Arenado has been more than happy to hit the ball the other way, and that would be the assignment in this situation.
Well, it would be especially if he gets a pitch to do so, right? You get one of those cutter, slider, sweepers away. You could drive it through that hole on the left side. You get something in, that's when you get pulled.
Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Arenado 0 for 2, trying to extend that long hitting streak. Almost got hit. That was close.
I don't know how he got out of the way of this one. I mean, this one was tracking him. Felt like the arm dropped even more right there for Paul Skeens. Just kept running off his fingers, chasing Arenado. Now 3-1 count. Arenado in the driver's seat.
Skeens comes set. Donovan a big lead. The pitch. At the knees, a strike.
Yeah, that's a tough one. 3-1, you want to be ready to swing on a fastball. That ain't the one right there. Gets the call right on the corner. Remember, too, you got first base open, so this is not automatic fastball time, though Burley's got some good career numbers, as we talked about earlier, against Skeens.
A lot of room in left center for the Cardinals' third baseman. And a 3-2 pitch. And that one all the way to the backstop. Donovan will go to third. Arenado gets the first walk of the game. And the Cardinals are in business, first and third, with nobody out. Friday, April 11th, 20,000 fans, 16 and up, take home a mystery Cardinals sweatshirt. That's thanks to Maryville University. Visit cardinals.com/promotions for all the details. So the first walk and a wild pitch. First and third for Burleson. Alec is 0 for 2. Let's see if he can make some contact. He can, up the middle and through, a base hit. Arenado chugging around second. He's on his way to third. It's a 4-1 game. Burleson with a base hit. He continues his good work against Skeens.
And just ready early in the count. This time it's the curveball from Paul Skeens. You got your middle drawn up, infield playing in, and sneaks it right through.
So the Cardinals have handed Skeens 4 runs, the most runs he's given up in a big league game. And a chance for a whole lot more here with Jordan Walker. 4 runs on 6 hits. Burleson's 4th RBI of the season. Still nobody out. And Walker 0 for 2. Good cut at that and fouled back. There is action in the Cardinals bullpen. Steven Matz was up and throwing. We'll see if Sonny Gray answers the bell with the 9-1 and 2 hitters coming up in the Pittsburgh half of the inning.
Was something, too, that we had talked to Ollie Marmol about before the game. So with the weather, the conditions the way they are, would you be inclined to get a reliever going a little bit earlier than you normally would because of that? And he said, yeah, you might try to, and especially a guy like Matz, if you want to get him into a game. This is a guy that he's responded well out of the bullpen, but a starter by trade. You want to give him as much time as you possibly can.
When you were warming up, how many pitches did you need to get hot?
Yeah, when I was in the pen,
day?
very few.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, because you're moving around, you kind of know when you're going to get into a game. Off the mound, you give 5 to 8 pitches. I was generally good to go.
But as a starting pitcher, and you've done both roles, you need far more than that, obviously.
Usually you have a routine. A lot of times
Right.
you're throwing 30, 35 pitches out of the pen beforehand. You're working on some touch and feel.
2 balls and a strike for Jordan Walker, first and third. Didn't get that. 2 balls, 2 strikes on a splitter. Cardinals doing it again in the 6th inning and beyond. They got their first 3 runs in the 3rd off Skeens. Walker will take his time out here. He'd like to make some contact and bring home Nolan Arenado, who's 90 feet away.
Well, this has been one of the biggest things for him this year is how good he's done with 2 strikes. Coming into action today, 348 the average with 2 strikes for Jordan Walker.
A year ago, that's strike 3.
For sure. For sure. And he's able to stay on it, spoil one. I would think that he's probably going to try to get him now with that sweeper away from him. So being able to stay on one, even a ground ball to the right side.
Skeens respecting the flying feet of Alec Burleson, who measures off another lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The battle continues. That away, Jordan. Hang tough, kid.
Well, there it is right there. It's that breaking ball down and away again and covers it. We've seen Skeens make some mistakes over the middle of the plate as you look at the sequence here. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat coming to Jordan Walker.
That was close, but it was low. 3-2.
Such better at-bats with 2 strikes. Look at that take. That isn't jumpy. He got the foot down. He was ready to pull the trigger, but recognized it was under the zone.
Let's see if Burleson's running at first. He's not. And Walker's down on strikes. Look at that ball move in. That sinker was filthy at 96, and Walker is struck out.
Yeah, it's a good at-bat, and that thing just ran in under the hand. You saw the frustration there of Jordan Walker wanting to get something done, wanting to get that runner over, get that guy in.
So now Pedro Pajes is your batter. He singled and scored the first Cardinals run. He reached on an error as well, so he's 1 for 2. Chase Sugart is warming up in the Pirates bullpen. Cardinals have a 4-1 lead. That one popped up and back behind the plate, foul. Skeens has had to work. Strike out 7 guys. You're going to throw a lot of pitches organically, but Cardinals have not gone down easily. And he's now thrown 94 of them in the game. As we said, a rarity last time out. He went over 100. But he may be nearing the finish line here in game 2. The pitch.
Just such good takes on the corners. Pretty evident that the Cardinals, especially early in counts, they have their sight sets up. They're looking for up. It doesn't matter what the pitch is. You throw something up in the zone, they're going to swing.
Now it's 2 balls and a strike. On the ground, right side. Frazier will flip to first. That's all the Pirates can get. The Cardinals do it again, Brad. They put the ball in play, and they get a 5th run to take a 5-1 lead.
Manufacture, right? You end up getting him. You got your guy over at third. You got less than 2 outs. You got to figure out how to get him in, and they do it. Another run on Skeens. That 5 now, that's the most that he has ever given up in a big league game.
So on that ground ball to second, Burleson moves up 90 feet. And Michael Ciani looking for his first hit. 5 runs on 6 hits. The Cardinals have scored 4 or more in every game played this year. You do that, you got a chance.
You should win a lot of games if that happens. I realize that the pitching has not been where they want it to be here over the last week or so.
Little flare into shallow left. That might drop. Nope. Great running catch by Sawinski. It hung up just a bit, and Jack is there to make a terrific catch. Cardinals, though, another great 6th inning. 2 more across. It's a 5-1 game. 20th annual Purina Pooches in the Ballpark, presented by Home Depot's Life Proof Carpet with pet-proof technology. Fans buying this special ticket enjoy the game with their pooch with all-inclusive seats and a pregame parade. Order now at cardinals.com/pooches. So Sonny Gray is done on a very cold night. 5 innings of 1-run baseball. And Steven Matz, who's stretched out partner, becomes the first Chevy called to the bullpen.
Well, Steven Matz, you just saw the numbers on the season. Has he been throwing the ball very, very well. A little bit different role for him. Look, he was up even before the Cardinals scored those extra couple of runs. He was going to come into a tight game with the lead. Just shows you the confidence that Ollie has had in what Steven has been able to do early on this season.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa leads off. He's the 9th place hitter for the Pirates. He popped out his first time up. And a little low from Matz. 2 balls, 1 strike. Cardinals will go with a 6-man rotation, we're told, on April 16th. That will be an assignment for Steven Matz. We'll see how he fares once he starts. Let's see if he can finish game 2 with a 4-run lead. That just missed. Full count.
I love the idea, though, right when changeup away, got it fouled off, ran that sinker right back in. They got run that sinker again.
To short, and Mason Wynn spears that. So Matz retires the leadoff man. Good start to the 6th inning. And there is your first out. Canario will come on and pinch hit for the Pirates. We saw him last night. Steve Matz, first big league save. 4 innings of 1-hit relief against the Twins on March the 30th. He could do the same thing here.
It's pretty impressive. He ended up basically piggybacking Andre Palante in that game. That was after a rain delay, and boy, he looked good.
So Canario for Sawinski, who departs 0 for 2, but with a great catch in left. And he takes a strike. Alexander went 0 for 4 last night. And drives this one a long way toward right center. Ciani on the run as far as he can go. Feels for the fence and has just enough room. That was textbook center field play. Run to a spot, reach out, and make it look awfully easy.
Well, that is 2 of them, too, that have been very, very close. Sawinski had one, and then that one right there on the track.
So 2 quick outs for Matz. Here's Reynolds, who's accounted for the lone Pirate run. A solo home run. He's 1 homer away from 125 in the show, and a strike. If you hit a home run tonight, you are a big, strong man. It is really tough to do. As the temperature continues to drop, see what the weather is at the moment here at PNC Park. 34 with a 9-mile-an-hour wind.
What's the feels like temperature?
Yeah, I don't know how they calculate that. Do you?
Yeah, let me take my glove off.
Okay.
Lick my finger.
Okay.
Put it in the sky.
Here we go.
Feels like 28.
I think that sounds great math to me. And it's supposed to get even colder than the 34 before we're finished with the proceedings tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
At least there's not a wintry mix. We got some of that last night as we were leaving the ballpark.
Matz just blew away Brian Reynolds. 3 up, 3 down for him. Mason Wynn and company look to add to a 5-1 lead. They're beating up on Paul Skeens, and that trio's your Budweiser. What's on tap? JC Healthcare, you deserve extraordinary care. And by Rally House, your city, your house, Rally House. It's a beautiful night for the Cardinals in Pittsburgh. They lead Paul Skeens and the Pirates 5-1 as we move to inning number 7. Redbirds looking for their first road victory of the season and look to add on, Brad, against a new Pirates pitcher.
Yeah, Chase Shugart, the right-hander appeared in 6 games a year ago for the Red Sox. First year here with the Pittsburgh Pirates. And look, nice to do what the Cardinals did offensively against one of the best arms in baseball. Skeens, 5 runs, 6 hits. Just an impressive outing by the offense.
Most runs Skeens has ever given up in a major league game. And the Cardinals have a chance to beat him for a 3rd time in what's been a brilliant young career. But we're not there yet. 9 more outs to get with a 4-run lead. It's 5-1 St. Louis. Sonny Gray was brilliant in his 5 innings. 4 hits and a run. Steven Matz just pitched a 1-2-3 Pittsburgh 6th. So Mason Wynn leads off our Honda home run inning. If he or any other Cardinal can go deep, your Gateway Honda dealers donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And Mason hit a home run here last night. It was not a cheapie either. Nice easy swing.
Well, that's the thing with Mason, and we saw it last year. He's got some pop. I mean, he's a doubles machine. He can hit the ball out of the ballpark, but it's not because he's trying to do it. It's just him getting the barrel to the ball.
No swing. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mason 10 hits in his last, 21 trips to the plate after an 0-for-18 start. Pops this one up inside out to the right side. Valdez near the first base coaching box squeezes that. And Mason's retired to start the 7th inning for out number 1. What a night for Victor Scott II. His first career triple drove home 2 runs and gave the Cardinals a 2-0 lead against Skeens in the 3rd. He also hit a ball to the gap in right center that was intercepted by Tommy Pham. Otherwise, that might have gone for 2 or 3 bases. One ball, 1 strike. In the air, left center field. That is going to get down in front of Tommy Pham. Scott turning and burning. Heading for 2. Throw to second is going to be late. A hustle double for Victor Scott. 2 extra base hits for the Cardinals leadoff man.
Chip, how about Victor Scott II today using the entire field? And we saw it in spring training. We saw it early in the season. And now we're seeing it again. This one is a sinker, middle away. Your T-Mobile coverage cam. Shugart wanted it in. He made a mistake away. And Victor Scott II made him pay for it.
So his 2nd double. It comes with 1 out. Now Wilson Contreras, the DH. He's got the hat trick, 3 strikeouts. And Shugart, the pride of the University of Texas, delivers a quick strike. That just missed. 2 balls and a strike. Pirates got Shugart in mid-January from the Red Sox. Shugart got to the big leagues for the first time in August of last season. Pitched in 6 games for the Red Sox. He's got a good arm. The pitch is cut on late and fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just think how much fun the offense will have when this guy gets going. It's going to happen. Somebody's going to pay. Maybe Shugart can be that guy here. 2-2 count. And all the way to the backstop. A wild pitch. Victor Scott moves up 90 feet. So a couple of those from the Pirates tonight. And a big insurance run 90 feet away. That will force the infield in for the Buccos with one out.
Yeah, another opportunity here for Wilson Contreras. See him try to take that deep breath. Fly ball pretty much anywhere in the outfield is going to be enough for the speedy Victor Scott. Also with the infield in, he could poke one through.
Little squiver back toward the mound. Infield in. No chance to score on that. It'll be IKF making the play. Contreras is retired. Runner still at third. And now 2 men are down. Sunday, April 13th, 20,000 fans take home a plush Fred Bird hat. This one.
It's a good looking hat, Chip.
Additionally, kids 15 and under can run around the bases after the game thanks to our friends at High Chew. Go to cardinals.com/promotions. This hat has come in handy tonight.
Yeah, it's a blatant miscalculation on my behalf for mine to be sitting in my hotel room currently. It's here. It's in Pittsburgh.
You bring all the layers, but you don't bring the beloved Fred Bird hat. And as Donovan digs in and almost gets kneecapped, 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, mistakes happen once. You know, fooled me once. Shame on you, but it'll be here tomorrow.
What I like about the Fred Bird hat is when it's cold, you can still wear the headsets.
You still hear just fine.
You're just great. Ears are nice and toasty.
And you look great. And you don't get any second glances like in the press box or when we go eat food. You wear it everywhere.
I do, pretty much.
Which I appreciate. Who does he work for?
The pitch is upstairs. So that'll be Sunday when the Phillies are in town. Phillies are playing the Braves tonight. You get to see Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Aaron Nola, and the terrific Phillies this weekend. And hopefully the weather back home will be a lot warmer than it's been in Boston and Pittsburgh.
Well, and hopefully the offense keeps hot. I mean, that's been so encouraging early on in the season. Right now, the record for the Cardinals not where they want it to be. There have been some winnable games that they just have not pulled through on. But this young offense has been getting it done.
Including Brendan Donovan. 2 more hits for him tonight. He's now up to 17 hits. Don't know what Kyle Tucker has done with the Cubs. If Tucker's hitless, Donovan's your National League hits leader at the moment with 17 of them. The pitch. And what's been fun about Donovan is he's not striking out. Only 4 strikeouts for the Cardinals' number 3 hitter.
Well, that's something about this lineup in general. They don't swing and miss a ton.
Light and foul. That curled to the left. Donnie a little late on 97, and you can understand that. We'll try again.
Still gets barreled to it, though. Just couldn't keep that thing fair. Yeah, the Cardinals have 3 guys that are in like the top 10 in lowest strikeout rates. Arenado, and Burleson.
So a ball 4, a terrific trip for Brendan Donovan, who reaches for the 3rd time. Mentioned the Braves a moment ago. This is a special night in big league history. On this date, 1974, Henry Aaron passed Babe Ruth off Al Downing at Old Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. There were 3 terrific home run calls in that game. I believe it was Kurt Gowdy on the national broadcast. Milo Hamilton, a Hall of Famer for the Braves. But if you've not gone back and listened to Vin Scully's iconic call as the Dodgers broadcaster, it is must listen. Baseball Shakespeare did not disappoint in one of the biggest moments in our sports history. As Arenado pops this one up to the shortstop, and that will retire the side. Stretch time in Pittsburgh. Let's keep on keeping on. The Cardinals offense scorching hot on a cold night, leading 5-1. More runs for the Cardinals. They roughed up Paul Skeens. Most runs he's given up as a big league starting pitcher. Steven Matz on for his 2nd frame of relief. He's got the 3-4-5 batters coming for the Pirates. Oh, and he just got hit. Up and in on the hand. Cardinals might want to make sure that didn't hit the knob of the bat. It was awfully loud. We'll see if it's a foul ball or a hit batsman. And on a cold night, that cannot feel good.
No, it's a scary, scary pitch up in there on the hands.
Ooh, man. Top hand. That ball came off the finger awfully loudly. You hope it got more bat than finger. And he's still walking around by the first base bag trying to gather himself, and has a long look out at Steven Matz, who just missed high and tight to the Pirates center fielder. So Cruz stands atop his perch at first base.
Third baseman, Brian Hayes.
There's Brian Hayes. He's 0 for 2.
Well, Steven Matz, who gets a lot of baseballs on the ground, would love one right here with Hayes up.
Brian's hit it in the air twice, once to second, once to center. He's got a 6-game hit streak that is on the line tonight. He's got 8 hits in that stretch for the Pirates. There's that ground ball. The Cardinals will hopefully get one out of that. They will. Cruz advances on the ground out to second. Emmanuel Valdez is scheduled next. But first, a quick word from our friends at Rally House.
Play ball, St. Louis. Shop the latest in Cardinals style with your favorite brands and throwback designs. Rally House has gear for every fan.
Valdez apparently will be taken down. Looks like Joey Bart, who homered here last night, will come on and pinch hit for the Pirates in the 7th. Kyle Leahy's been getting loose. Oliver Marmol is making his way to the top step now that Bart has been announced. And it looks like that might be the end of the line for Steven Matz.
Well, nice job by Steven. Got his guys. That one got away with him against O'Neill Cruz, but a nice inning and a third for Steven Matz.
So Matz departs with a 4-run lead. Kyle Leahy will face Joey Bart with the Cardinals up 5-1. Cardinals baseball on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by Rally House, your city, your house, Rally House, and by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Brad Thompson, Jim Hayes, Chip Carey, our great FanDuel crew with you from Pittsburgh. Kyle Leahy, the next to answer a Chevy call to the bullpen partner. He protects a 4-run lead.
Yeah, so far, so good for Kyle Leahy. A hot spring. A nice start to the season for Leahy as well as the Cardinals counter. And with Joey Bart up, Joey Bart's so good against left-handed pitching, especially a year ago. Going right on right makes all the sense in the world here.
Kyle's last 3 outings have been scoreless with 5 strikeouts. And Joey Bart, who had a long home run here yesterday, takes ball 1. Emmanuel Valdez started the game. He went 1 for 2. Now Bart goes to work in the 7th. 5-1 Cardinals. The Pirates have been held to 3 hits. And too high. 2-0. Cardinals bullpens had to work a lot on this road trip coming into the game tonight that actually pitched more innings than the starting staff. That's obviously not a recipe for success.
Not how you draw it up. Yeah, last time out for Eric Fetty, it was a short one in Boston. It was a short one for Miles Michaelis as well. Even though, I mean, Andre Palante, his outing lasted 4 2/3, I believe it was. So Cardinal starters looking to do a better job of getting a little deeper into the game, though. We saw Matthew Liberatore work around a rough 1 inning yesterday, but he did a good job. Sonny Gray was solid today, and bullpen trying to lock this one down so the Cardinals can get that first road victory of the season.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Bart stepped out for a moment. Now he's ready to go. So's Kyle Leahy. Crews a big lead at second. And popped up right side. Burleson gives chase, but runs out of room. I guess the question tonight, and certainly it depends on the score, if it gets close late, will Ryan Helsley be available tonight? If he's not, how do the Cardinals try to finish this game? Matt Swinner inning and a third. Leahy's certainly capable of pitching multiple innings too.
Certainly, I think that you'd also think about Phil Maton, who's thrown the ball so well. A veteran at the back end of the bullpen.
Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball. And Leahy gets Joey Bart, the pinch hitter, for out number 2.
Tight sweeper right here from Kyle Leahy. Started this thing middle away and just darted away there from Joey Bart.
If you've got Sonny Gray on your staff and you're a right-handed pitcher and you can learn the sweeper, that's a really good combination.
It really is. I mean, I don't care what you're trying to learn. Sonny Gray is going to be able to help you. Guy knows how to manipulate the baseball, knows how to sequence. I mean, just a very, very intelligent pitching mind.
So another sweeper, this one up, but Tommy Pham couldn't connect, and he's quickly behind 0-2. No swing on a curveball. It's fun to see for Leahy how that fastball and sweeper are working in tandem, right? I'm assuming they look like they're coming out of the same spot.
Yeah, that's the plan, right? You're trying to split the plate in half, so it's very hard for a hitter to commit one way or the other.
And a swing and a miss. Sweeper gets Pham. Leahy continues to rack up the strikeouts, and the Pirates are out of luck in the 7th inning, trailing 5-1. On the cusp of beating Paul Skeens for the 3rd time.
Oh, pretty impressive what they were able to do to Skeens. You know how overpowering he is. He did strike out 7 in his 6 innings, but surrendered a career-high 5 runs. It was just the Cardinals' relentless approach. Looking to still add on here, though, late against Shugart and the Pirates bullpen.
3 runs in the 3rd inning, 2 more runs in the 6th for the Cardinals. Alec Burleson drove one of those 6th inning runs in with a single. Sonny Gray started for the Redbirds, went 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, struck out 4, walked none. Matz and Kyle Leahy have followed in relief. Offensively, Victor Scott a triple, 2 RBIs, a double as well. Brendan Donovan's reached base 3 times with a double, a single, an RBI, and a run. Burleson pops this one up. IKF drifts out, and he backpedals and makes an uncertain catch. Guess he was calling all the way. That was Tommy Pham's ball, but IKF is there for the first out.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. I was wondering if he was waiting for Tommy to call him off, but it did look like he said he had it, and that ball just kept drifting on him.
Jordan Walker is 0 for 3. He has struck out a couple of times. And downstairs, ball 1. Our next opponent, the Phillies, lead the Braves. That's 5-3 down in Atlanta. Phillies in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Busch Stadium. Then a 3-game series with the Astros beginning next Monday. We hope you'll join us for that. Right there, a strike. Nationals beating up on the Dodgers. That's 8-1 in the 7th inning at Nationals Park. Dodgers have had a rough time of it of late. Lost a series to the Phillies. Getting pounded in D.C. tonight. And Walker swings late. Shugart throwing hard. And that is his first strikeout. 2 away as we quickly join Jim Hayes.
Brendan Donovan's self-designed bat has gotten a lot of attention, mostly because it's similar to the Yankees' torpedo bats, which got some headlines, and for Ivan Herrera borrowing it and cranking 4 homers over 2 games. Pedro Paez has been using a Donovan bat since last season. He told me I tried it, I liked the field, so I ordered my own. So Chip, Pages has his name on it, but it's still a Brendan Donovan bat.
It's impressive, right? Teammates help each other out. Get a feel for what they have. You like something, you end up ordering some of your own. And boy, has it worked for Donnie, worked for Pages, worked for Herrera, certainly.
What's your take on the torpedo bats? It certainly has helped the Cardinals catching core.
Yeah, look at those numbers. 348 for the Cardinals catchers, 5 doubles, 6 home runs. My thing is, if it's all within the rules, which it absolutely is, why not? Like you tinker with different bat models. You've tinkered with different knobs on the bat and counterweights. Like it just makes sense to utilize the data that's out there.
That's hit to left by Pages. Pham streaks in, makes that catch, and that will send us to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Cardinals still enjoy a 4-run lead. Post-game show. Alexa Dat and Mark Sweeney are standing by to recap what we hope will be a first road victory of the season for the Cardinals, who got to Paul Skeens. And yes, the Birds D was on display again tonight. Excellent defensive work in what's now a 5-1 lead heading to the home 8th.
Well, that's how you draw it up, right? You get to Skeens, you play tight defense behind them, some clutch hitting, and bullpen has been tight so far. Steven Matz and now Kyle Leahy on for another frame.
Andy Rodriguez is 1 for 2. He has one of the 3 Pirate hits. Brian Reynolds has one. That was a homer. Manuel Valdez, a single, has the 3rd hit. But as you know, it all starts with your starter. When he's good, you've got a chance. And Sonny Gray was really good tonight. On a difficult night to pitch and play, he matched Paul Skeens strike for strike, and right now Sonny's on what would be the winning end of this game.
Well, his command was really good, and as you mentioned with the elements, even more impressive. Pretty good command there. Just misses with that breaking ball backdoor to Leahy. But that's what you expect to see. When you have a guy like Sonny Gray, you expect him to kind of be that stopper.
There's a strike to even the count. He's got command of all of his pitches tonight, as you just said. Always fun when you have a relief pitcher who has more than 2. And they're all working. Little tapper. Leahy's got that. He'll take it to the bag himself. And there is your first out. Rodriguez forced him out of bounds at the 35-yard line. There's no penalty on the play. 1 away. Adam Frazier's 0 for 2. He hit into a double play last time up. As we continue on in Pittsburgh tonight, we want to thank our wonderful production crew at the ballpark. We're lucky enough to sit with a couple of space heaters and our jackets on. Our fantastic camera folks are out in the elements and don't get a breather. Hope you're enjoying their hard work and the wonderful pictures from PNC Park. Not an easy night to do a great job, and they have done that. So thank you to the TV crew here in Pittsburgh. It's always a pleasure to visit with them.
It's always a fun place to come.
Yeah. Two balls and a strike for Frazier. And high, ball 3.
I know you feel the same way. I always tell Cardinal fans, if you haven't had a chance to come check out this ballpark, come do it. Maybe not in April.
Yeah, June might be.
Yeah, a little bit later. You can actually walk around downtown. Have a little bit more fun when it's sunny out.
Doesn't bother Jim Hayes, though. He's stuck it out in the camera well all game long.
Talk about good teammates, too. The Cat tried to warm us up. He bought us pierogies. Thanks, Cat.
How were they?
They were fantastic.
I didn't get any.
No, I know. We ate them.
No, I've been down here. It's fine. The fans are friendly. The warmth of the Pirate fans. Hello, everybody. And I'm watching a beautiful game. So I'll be honest, it was comfortable down here. I'm watching the Cardinals play some really good baseball. That's enough, right?
It's a great thing to see. You're all bundled up. Jim had to go shopping while we were here. He forgot to bring enough jackets. That one on the ground to second. IKF's going to roll out. Leahy, boys, he's been impressive to start the season. 3 up, 3 down. He set down all 5 Pirates hitters, and this game moves to the 9th. And to our Budweiser plays of the game.
Well, the Cardinals were able to get to Paul Skeens. 5 runs, 6 hits, ties a career high in hits against. It set a career high in runs against. The Cardinals' approach was simple. A ball was up. They were putting their best swing on it. They did not expand. They made him work, and that's why they're sitting there 5-1 right now.
So as we head to the 9th inning, the Cardinals will look for a little insurance. Tim Meza, veteran left-hander, is on next. He's given up runs in his last 2 games, so Derek Shelton wants to get him some work, maybe get him back on the beam. He answers the Chevy call to the bullpen. Sugart went 2 innings of scoreless relief. Now Meza versus Michael Ciani, the Cardinals' 8th place hitter. He's 0 for 3. But made a couple of terrific catches up against the fence in center tonight. Jojo Romero begins to play catch in the Cardinals pen. Might see him face the top of the order in the 9th. Can't say enough about the job that Matson Leahy did in relief for St. Louis. 3 bridge innings and only 1 base runner. That's popped up. Bart will put the squeeze on that. And Ciani's retired to kick off the top of the 9th. Here's Mason Wynn. Mason 1 for 3 with a run scored. Cardinals' number 9 hitter and number 1 hitter have singled, doubled, tripled, scored 2, and knocked in 2. That's just how you draw it up. Bottom feeding the top of your big league lineup. And the Redbirds again, 5 runs tonight. They've scored 4 or more in every game of the season.
Well, even late in this game as it's progressed, look, it ain't getting any warmer out here. These guys have been out there for a long time. Not giving away anything. Nope. Not giving away at bats. First steps have been good out in the field. These are tough days. You have to really mentally check in. I think the Cardinals have done that really, really well.
Ollie Marmol, Daniel Descalso strategizing here in the 9th inning. The pitch off the catcher's glove, fouled. It's 1-2. Early game tomorrow. Quick turnaround. We wrap up the road trip. Eric Fetty for the Cardinals. Mitch Keller will pitch for the Pirates. First pitch 11:35 St. Louis time. Meza gets Mason to swing and miss. 2 outs.
Left-hander Victor Scott II.
Meza's a Pennsylvania boy. He was born in Allentown. Pitched with the Blue Jays and the Yankees. Debuted in 2017. So the Pirates, his 3rd big league club. And Victor didn't get that.
Yeah, certainly been a lot of turnover in this Bucco bullpen. I mean, some of the arms that you've known to know over the last couple of years have been gone. We mentioned this in Game 1, but David Bednar had been struggling mightily. They send him down to AAA to get things figured out. They recently placed Colin Holderman on the IL, another big arm for them. And bullpen in general early on in the season has been a struggle for Derek Shelton's team.
8,291 the paid attendance here tonight. That's low. So you're telling me that Paul Skeens brought 41 more fans out tonight?
Then last night, that was the paid attendance?
I don't
know.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Cardinals just look so calm in the batter's box.
Yep.
I mean, they're just not lunging. They're waiting for their pitch and then jumping all over it. It's been really, really exciting to watch. Not that time, though. Victor swings and misses, and that will retire the side. The Cardinals have a 4-run lead. They need 3 more outs for road win number 1, and JoJo Romero's coming on. And that here in Pittsburgh, where the Cardinals and Pirates are meeting in Game 2. St. Louis leads it 5-1 as we head to the bottom of inning number 9. It'll be JoJo Romero to try to close things out with the top of the Pittsburgh order coming up at PNC Park.
Well, look at the numbers for JoJo. Unscored upon his last 2 outings. He's throwing the ball very well. 5th game of the season for Romero.
Alexander Canario is the first batter up in the 9th and takes a strike. On the ground toward third, in between Hop and Arenado, can't come up cleanly. So Canario bangs a single to left, and the Pirates get something started in the bottom of the 9th.
They knew that one was going to be trouble. You know, Arenado's super aggressive anyhow. This one wanted to pick it on that glove side, just got caught in between.
So part of the calculus for Romero here is Brian Reynolds. He homered left-handed earlier in the game. On a cold night, you really have to smack one to hit it out to left. He's a switch hitter, batting right-handed here. Down 4 runs. And takes low, ball 1.
I think the biggest key with Reynolds in general is to stay down, whether it's from the right side or the left side. He likes the baseball elevated.
Swing and a shot hit toward left. That ball's going to get down, and that ball's going to ricochet off the fence. Reynolds has a double there at second and third with nobody out, and the right-hand hitter just missed a 2-run homer. And now it's the Pirates' turn to make things interesting in a 9th inning.
Man, that was a quick, easy stroke right there by Reynolds. He just drops the head on this pitch that's on the inner half. Well played out in left by Ciani. That ball jets out, and he was standing in a good spot to be able to get that thing in quickly.
So Andrew McCutcheon's going to come on and pinch hit. Dusty Blake is on his way out for a visit. There is action in the Cardinals bullpen. And it's Phil Maton getting loose, so that I think answers our question
about Ryan Helsley and his availability through 37 pitches a couple of days ago in Boston. Phil Maton has been really, really good as a member of the Cardinals. We'd love to see JoJo get a couple of outs here quickly.
It's a nice card to play off your bench. Andrew McCutcheon hits lefties well. McCutcheon got the start here last night.
5 for 8 on the young season against lefties is McCutcheon.
2 hits and a couple of RBIs last night. Pirates are down 4. Best McCutcheon could do is make it a 1-run game. And a breaking ball in for a strike. JoJo to the belt now with his 1-1, and that just missed. Sinker at 93, and Andrew was late. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So there's a big pitch. Don't want to bring Brian Hayes to the plate with a chance to tie the game. Little tapper. Mason Wynn will field and fire. That'll bring home a run. But the Pirates have 2 outs left in a 5-2 game. So McCutchen gets the RBI. Reynolds holds at second, and Hayes will be next.
Well, for JoJo, stay right there. That was a changeup and a good one. Beat the ball into the ground. That might be it, though, for JoJo. Phil Maton was ready.
So Romero faces his required 3 batters. And it will be Phil Maton coming on with Hayes, Bart, and Pham coming up in a 3-run Cardinal lead in the 9th. Has been excellent in relief, Brad. He's next to answer the Chevy call to bullpen, and he is Phil Maton.
Yeah, he sure has been good. He's been keeping everybody off stride and got an opportunity here to lock one down here for the Cardinals.
5 career saves for Maton. His last in the major leagues was last September 2nd for the Mets against the Red Sox. Brian Hayes is 0 for 3 tonight. Maton delivers a strike.
That's what Phil has been doing so well, is working the corners, getting ahead. That cutter's such an effective pitch.
Reynolds getting a big lead at second. And that one just a touch outside. That one, hard bounce off the bricks, and Reynolds, knowing his home park, wisely hangs on at second. He would have been toast at third if he tried to break on a ball in the dirt.
Yeah, and in this situation, there is no reason to get thrown out in third. You're already in scoring position. Well played by Pajes behind the plate, ready for that.
Two balls and a strike. Now 3-1. Hayes 1 for 3 head-to-head against Maton in his career. Joey Bart next is 1 for 1 with a double. So some work to do here. 3-1 pitch. Good breaking ball. Look at that curveball whistle by Hayes. 3-2.
Started that one middle away and just got Hayes. He knew he was going to be aggressive in that count. Got him to swing through it.
Well, if he threw it 3-1, will he throw it 3-2?
Would think so.
He did, and Hayes swings right through it. Maton, another strikeout. 2 are away in the 9th.
An even better one. This one had even a little bit more depth to it. Had he not swung, would have been a strike right on the corner.
So Joey Bart, the final hope for the Pirates. He struck out in his first appearance. That came in the 7th inning. At the plate but low, 1 ball, no strikes. This is the guy you want to get. You don't want to bring Tommy Pham up with a chance to tie the game with a homer. Phil's got some work to do. 2 balls, no strikes. Little pop. That's over the Cardinals dugout foul. Hey, nice catch by a fan down below. They're from Beaver, Pennsylvania.
What's Beaver, Pennsylvania known for?
The pitch. High drive toward left. That is going to roll into the corner. Joey Bart has another double against Maton. That scores Reynolds. It's a 5-3 game, and Tommy Pham represents the tying run. He's the next batter.
Yeah, Joey Bart gets himself one of those breaking balls from Maton. You see it out of his hand. It pops up a little bit, made him able to see it. He stayed back and recognized it well.
So a couple of runs for the Pirates in the ninth. Those belong to JoJo Romero. Now Tommy Pham. He was swinging for the downs and swung late at a cutter. Strike one. Pham 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. So now he's got Pham in an 0-2 hole. Phil Maton to the belt, and Pham awaits an 0-2 pitch. Change the eye level. Now 1-2.
Good place to miss with that. He was trying to sneak one on that outer corner, but if he was going to miss, he was going to make sure he missed off the plate with it.
We try again, 1-2. Smoke toward right. Walker on the run. He reaches up and hauls it in. A terrific running catch for Jordan Walker. And the Cardinals have their first road win and their third victory over Paul Skeens in Pittsburgh tonight.
What a way to cap it off right there. What a first step by Jordan Walker in right field. This ball is crushed off the bat, but he reads it well, gets to the gap, and snags it. What a fun game that was. Cardinals able to get to Skeens, get 5 off of him. That's the most that he has given up in a game. They even things up and get that first road win.
And a chance to win the series tomorrow behind Eric Fetty. Cardinals beat the Pirates on a frigid night in Pittsburgh. 5-3 is your final score. Stick around. The Plaza Tire Service post-game show with Alexa and Mark Sweeney is coming up next. For Jim Hayes and Brad Thompson, Chip Carey will see you here tomorrow.